Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, I guess this is going to be a part 2 of my video about how nurses are refusing to help CNAs nowadays. Um, so I just wanted to explain some things. I believe that some people, not all, so if it doesn't apply, let it fly, but some people just look at the title of my video and comment, or they don't watch the whole video and the comment, because nowhere in that video did I say, if a nurse is in the middle of doing their own work, or if they're in the middle of an emergency, I never said that the nurse should stop whatever he or she is doing and help the CNA right in and there. I never said that. I never said that nurses don't have their own responsibility. In fact, I believe I did say that, that I understand nurses have their own job to do. And I don't expect them to do a CNA's job for them. And I know I said that. Because from some of the comments that I'm getting, it seems like people are purposely missing the point. Like, I know nurses have different job responsibilities than CNAs, but that's not what I was talking about. I was saying was, if a nurse is not busy and a nurse is not on their break, they're all done with their work and they're sitting down, chilling on the phone with their boyfriend, their friends, or whatever, or online shopping, and they're not on break, then there's no reason that a nurse cannot get a patient an ice of water when they know that the CNA is working short staff, or the CNA is very busy, the CNA is drowning because of something that's going on. And you mean to tell me, as a nurse, you don't think they can get somebody a freaking ice water or a freaking blanket? Come on now. I'm sorry, but if you think that you are too good, or because your title says LPN or RN or BSN, hell, the doctor, and you think you're too good to give a thirsty patient some freaking ice water, you don't need to be a nurse. I'm sorry, you don't. Um, Imagine you're a patient in a nursing home or even a hospital, and for whatever reason, you're paralyzed. So therefore, you are unable to get your own water. You can't just get up like you and me and simply just get yourself something to drink. And you have to wait a while just to get something to drink because your mouth is dry, you're thirsty, maybe you feel dehydrated, and you have to wait a good while to get something to drink, all because your nurse thinks that he or she is too good to bring you some freaking ice water. If you got that kind of mindset, I don't want you as my nurse. I'm sorry. That scares me. Or let's say you're cold, right? And you're paralyzed or whatever. For whatever reason, you're unable to just get up and get your own blanket. Maybe you're too weak. Maybe you are bedbound. Whatever. And your nurse thinks that he or she is too good to get you a freaking blanket. So instead of getting the blanket themselves, even though they walk right past the linen room, they go find the CNA, walk past the linen room. The CNA is in the middle of changing a whole bed, and they go say, "Hey, when you get done in here, son just wants a blanket." Come on now. Come on now. I have worked with great nurses throughout the years, and then I've also worked with lazy ass nurses. I've worked with great CNAs. I've worked with some lazy ass CNAs. I think it really just depends on the individual. That's what it comes down to. Let me tell you, my current unit manager, she is a unit manager. She is not even a floor nurse. You know what I'm saying? She's supposed to be, she's in the office. She's got her own office and everything. She's a unit manager. Her main schedule is just Monday through Friday. I've even seen her when she knew that for whatever reason the CNAs were busy, were working short. I've seen my unit manager take 1+ patients to the bathroom. So that's why I respect her. Even though she's a unit manager, she could have easily just put that on somebody else. Because she's a manager, you know? She takes people to the bathroom sometimes. Not all the time. Because she has her own manager. She has her duties as the manager. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I've seen her take patients to the bathroom. I've seen her bring patients water. I've seen her help transfer patients with Hoyer lifts and stuff like that. I've seen her do all that when she's had the time. So I feel like if she can do that, and she's a unit manager, a regular nurse can do that. Um, so yeah, that's what I mean. CNAs are not, we're not slaves, even though it's how we get treated sometimes. I feel like if you have time enough to get your patient some ice water, you're done with everything. Why not get them the ice water? You don't think that's a little insane to a nurse to walk right past the ice machine and the water machine to go find a CNA when they could easily just give the patient some water? Come on now. Um, that's just come on. That's insane. Um, and I do feel like if a nurse is given a medication that requires for their blood pressure to be checked before you give the medication, the nurse should do that. Should get that blood pressure instead of waiting on a CNA that's super busy. I never understand that. Um, so yeah, that's what I meant when I said that nurses should help CNAs more when they can. That's when they're able to. You know what I mean? And it's for simple stuff. I'm talking about simple stuff. Come on, I'm not even saying putting people to bed and stuff, which they could sometimes. But come on, water. Bringing somebody some ice water. Bringing somebody a damn blanket. Emptying somebody's urinal. Helping a CNA pull a patient up in the bed. Stuff like that. I remember one time. I think it was a year ago. This lady, she weighed about 90 pounds. A small elderly lady. She slid on the floor. She slid herself on the floor. She was like a fall risk. Luckily, she had like one of those mats beside her bed. Um, and I told the nurse. It's the same one I told y'all about that got fired. So there was only two of CNAs. Me and another girl was way on the other side of the building, right? So after the nurse, I guess, did an assessment, instead of helping me get this lady off the floor, do you not know that the nurse waited till she saw the other CNA and told her to help me get that patient up off the floor? I mean, come on now. So she let the patient lay there until the other CNA finally was done in the room that she was in. You mean to tell me because you're a nurse, you can't help me get our patient off the floor? So the patient just has to stay on the floor until another CNA comes? Come on now. So it's just, ridiculous stuff like that is what I'm talking about when I say nurses should help more. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, to me, that's just crazy. Or bringing a patient, go getting the patient like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or just simple stuff. If you're already done, with your work. I remember when I was working agency, first shift, we were short staffed. We had like 20 patients each, and this was on first shift, which was insane. And literally, as soon as we got out in the hall, me and the other CNA, the nurse came and was like, "Hey y'all, I need y'all to do this, that, and I need vital signs right away because I need something such as blood pressure, because it's a blood pressure pill." And we already had like 3 or 4 call lights going off. You mean to tell me if you're the one that is going to be given the blood pressure pill. Why can't you take their blood pressure right before you give it? When I'm on the card, when I work as a med aid, I get the blood pressure myself. I never ask a CNA to get it. If the whole point of me is for getting this person's blood pressure is because they take blood pressure medication, and I need to know what their blood pressure is before I give it. Because lots of times, if it's a certain number, you hold it. It might say like hold medication if the blood sugar is less than 100, or it might be hold it if it's more than 100, or sometimes they'll post. I get it myself, you know. That was just, come on now, that was crazy to me. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all the next time.